Today I want us to speak about the influence of birth order on how we relate and how we are able to handle our relationships. Birth order naturally influences our actions, our behavior, our way of relating with people. But most of the time, most of us, we don't even think much about it. And sometimes we keep on blaming each other because of what they are doing, especially in our relationships, and to be more specific, in our marriages. First of all, we need to remember that marriage is for completing and for complementing each other. It's not about competition. But because of lack of insights, lack of knowledge on how some of these things may affect the way we relate, we are not able to differentiate between completing, complementing, and competition. And we find ourselves using a lot of energy in trying to understand each other and trying to become one. But becoming one means that, first of all, we need to understand who we are, and maybe some of the attributes, some of the characteristics, some of the traits that may be there because of our birth order. And psychologically, we normally talk about counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 onwards. And if you look at the firstborn and the fifthborn, sometimes they share the same characteristics. And most of the time, because of these, they may not be able to rhyme very well, and they may look like they're in a competition, but in reality they are not. It's only that their characteristics, their traits, their strengths, and sometimes even their weaknesses, they are on the same page, and most of the time they'll be in parallel. So it is very, very important to understand the character traits of each birth order. And I'll start with the firstborn. And firstborn, I'll start with the extreme positive. Extreme positive, most of the firstborns are very responsible, good role models, good decision makers. You know, they are deputy parents in essence. They're the ones who used to be left home with the children, and they were in charge of the home. They are also very responsible, reliable, independent people we can look up to. Those are extreme positive. They're also good leaders. Those are extreme positive. Then when you look at the firstborn, extreme negative, these are very responsible people. They have a don't care attitude. Some even have what we call victim mentality. They're always accusing others and talking about them not progressing because they did 1, 2, 3 to the rest who are behind them. Sometimes they're domineering, They want to keep on using their title of firstborn to dominate others, but in reality, you'll find most of the time they have done nothing much even to their lives. There are people who are also susceptible to depression, substance and drug abuse. Most of them, they are alcoholics. Most of them, they don't keep families. Now, for example, you go home, you find has a new wife. Then after 2 years, there is another new wife. They keep on remarrying, and most of the time they don't keep families. Those are now extreme negatives. Then look at the middle children. The middle children, you're talking about number 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. These people are normally very peaceful. They are peacemakers. They are very calm. They are very reliable also. They fear confrontation. They fear conflicts. Most of them time they are not very good in expressing their emotions. And because of these, sometimes they may fall into depression or any mood disorders maybe. Because remember, they have an issue with balancing. They struggle with balancing because they want favors from the ones that are older than them, the ones that are young than them. And because of these, sometimes the balancing becomes an issue to them. And so even sometimes in their relationships, they're not able to say no, they're not assertive, because they fear being judged. Then we have the lastborns, just as we did with the firstborns. We may take the extreme positive and the extreme negative. The extreme positive are lastborns. They are very responsible people. They are reliable. They are very smart. They are good decision makers. They run with issues. They are go-getters, These are now extreme positive lastborns. Yeah, it is people who are independent also. They are also very reliable, Than extreme negative lastborns. They are very responsible, They are spoiled. They also have victim mentality. Every time complaining, you're doing this to me because I'm the lastborn, because because I am powerless, And if it is a man, most of the time in a relationship, they're the ones we call mommy's boy. They'll never do anything without consulting their mother. They're always looking up to my mommy. My mommy has to affirm this. My mom has to have a say in this. If it is a girl, they are daddy's girl. Every time they have to consult their father. They keep on reporting even their husbands to their father. For example, if you just shout at them, that is something that will make them call their fathers and tell them, this man will kill me someday, wants to kill me, he did this and this, always blowing things out of proportion. So you can imagine, if you don't understand the effect of birth order, and for example, we have two people getting married, an extreme negative firstborn and an extreme negative lastborn getting married. You can imagine the way that family may become chaotic if they don't understand how the birth order is influencing them. So it is very important we go through our psychological journey as individuals. First of all, understand where we are placed in our birth order, get to know these characteristics, and then we can come in. When we get married now, our work will be to balance, will be to complement, to complete each other, and then we become one and make our family the best. We make the marriage workable, because marriage is about completing, is about complementing and not competition. And we can see how the birth order can influence, can make us sometimes make mistakes without knowing. And now you can imagine now birth order coupled with our temperaments. If it is not well balanced, then that marriage may become chaotic. But if you understand who I am and how the birth order can influence me, and I work on myself, my partner works on themselves, then we'll be able to have what we call marital bliss, and our marriage will be the best. May God help us to understand and to internalize this and be able to know who we are before trying to understand our partners. And with this, marriages will be beautiful, marriages will be sweet, marriages will work.